Time is of the essence. In San Diego, Alex Alvarez from Active Recovery Services has located a car that's on his repo list for lack of payment. It's in the parking lot of a shopping center. It takes him less than 5 minutes to hook, lift, and tow the car out of the parking lot, and it's gone, just like that.
It has to be fast. People want to get in the vehicle before we hook it up.
Alex says he takes no pleasure in leaving people without a car, but that's the job he's hired to do.
Well, I'm buying work boots to start work on Monday, and all of a sudden I just started seeing a tow truck.
Ezekiel Rodriguez was driving the car that Alex just picked up. He says it belongs to his girlfriend, and she let him borrow it while she traveled out of the country on a family emergency. Now they have to figure out a way to get it back, and soon.
Because I started at 4 in the morning, and there's no MTS at that time. And Uber right now is very expensive, so.
According to the Federal Reserve, 3.88% of auto loans fell into delinquency in the third quarter of 2025, the highest since March 2010. And the trend continued through the end of the year. And those with the lowest credit scores are being impacted the most. The report shows almost 16% of borrowers with subprime credit are late on their payments. Still, experts say there are some steps you can take to make sure your car doesn't get repossessed.
So what we see here, we see that people are getting their car repossessed in record numbers. They're saying right now that car repossessions are up 43%, right? And a lot of these people that are getting their cars repossessed have subprime credit, meaning your credit is less than ideal. If you have subprime credit, you probably shouldn't be getting a car. That means you can't really afford your car. You are higher risk, which means you have to pay more money in interest, which means you probably shouldn't have that car in the first place. The reason why these people have cars that they can't afford is because they're trying to show off to people who don't care about them. People are trying to look rich, but they're really broke. People are trying to have a car that they know they can't afford just to have it, just to show off, just to be better than somebody. Get a car that you can buy cash. This is why I always tell people, live within your means. Buy a car cash. If it's a hoopty, who cares? At least you have a car. At least you have 4 wheels that nobody can take away from you. But you see this in the economy. It's not Trump's fault. It's not the government's fault. It's not Iran's fault. It's nobody's fault but yours. You know how much money you have. You know if that job you have is not stable. You know your funds. But a lot of people are stretching themselves out for no reason. They're stretching themselves out financially just to look cool or have something a little bit better. Stay within your range. Afford what you can get, okay? And that's it. Stop worrying about trying to have something better than somebody. Stop worrying about having all the features. All you need is 4 wheels. To get to work, you need 4 wheels. It doesn't matter the brand. You just need 4 wheels. The way that these interest rates are going, the way that these banks are fluctuating and stuff like that with the lending rates and all that, buy a car cash. A lot of people need to just live within their means. Your bank account should determine what you should have. You shouldn't be spending future money. The reason why people go into debt is because they're spending future money. Stop spending future money. Because then if you continue to spend future money, you'll get your car repo when you're trying to get work boots. Imagine trying to get a job, and you have a job, and your girlfriend said, you can use my car, and they get repoed. So now you can't even go to your job in the morning because you have no vehicle. People are... The reason why the world is the way it is, or the people you see on social media complaining about the economy, is self-inflicted. You don't want that Benz when you really had a Regal budget. You don't want that one of that bag. You don't want that one of all these things that you knew you couldn't afford. You don't want that put it on your credit card. We need to start worrying about living with cash. If I can't buy it outright, I shouldn't own it. Payments, interest is not good for you. People fell into the loop of getting a great credit score. No, you need to be getting cash. Focus on getting cash.
Changing your car payment from being $600 a month to $450 a month can make it a lot more affordable and a lot easier to pay.
Simon Goodall is the CEO of Caribou, an online auto loan refinance company. He says one way to lower your monthly payments is to refinance.
Because if they bought a car and their credit wasn't great, but they've made a payment consistently, oftentimes their credit score is improved and they might not even know it.
Another option is extending your loan. And he said that doesn't necessarily mean you'll pay more in interest.
If you want an 84-month loan to begin with, so you have a lower required payment, but you want to pay more than the minimum, you'll pay your car off faster. So it's complete flexibility.
Don't fall for these traps. I believe that people should start buying their cars in cash. I believe buying your cars in cash is better for you. So you don't have to worry about a credit payment. You have to get to the point where you can afford cash cars. Your cash should dictate what type of car you drive. If you only got $5,000, buy a $5,000 car. Because it doesn't matter what the car looks like. It matters if it can get you to A to B. It matters if it can get you from home to your job. Do not fall for these refinance traps. What happens when you refinance, Marcus? When you refinance a loan, what happens? The loan starts over. You want to get an 84-month loan, you know damn well you're not going to pay more money to pay it off faster. You're going to stick with that loan amount, and then what that means is you're going to pay more interest over time. You're really going to pay 7 years for a depreciating asset. Got to be smarter than that. People have to wake up and understand that just use cash. It'd be better for people. Who cares about what type of car you have? Just worry about that you have 4 wheels to get you to work and back.
Also told us people refinancing at 84 months are saving about $179 a month. If you're already behind on your payments, the first thing to do is to contact your lender. You might be surprised how flexible they are to help you keep your car and keep the loan going. Sergio Flores, NBC.
One thing you have to understand is be smarter. Stop trying to keep up with the Joneses. What this economy is showing right now, that a lot of people have too much. What this shows is that a lot of people were living check to check. What this shows is that a lot of people don't have a real skill to have a really good paying job, to have that income sustaining them forever. So this is just highlighting the deficiencies of the American people. Stop getting stuff you can't afford. Stop trying to keep up with the Joneses. What this is showing, like I said, this is really showing that people just are doing too much. People are trying to look rich, but they're still broke. Understand, a car is a car. Doesn't matter what you have. I used to drive an Olympic Sport Regal, and it was a great car. Keep it simple. There's nothing wrong with keeping it simple until you get to a point where you can buy that car cash. Cash is king. Stop falling for the trap that people are telling you to build your credit up. Get cash. Would you rather have $800 credit score and no cash, or a lot of cash and a 600 credit score? The banks don't care about your credit score like y'all think. They care about your cash. If you got cash coming in, if you got a big amount of cash in your account, they'll give you a credit card. So that means put your energy towards what? Cash. Cash is king. That has always been a true statement. A lot of you guys want to go credit and do all these hacks and traps and stuff like that, instead of putting that energy into getting cash. Really get cash. It's about getting cash. Cash, 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 cash. Who cares about your credit? Who cares? You think Jeff Bezos cares? You think Bill Gates cares? You think Elon Musk cares about their credit? They got cash. That's what makes sense. Put your energy into getting cash. Because if you don't, you could be living paycheck to paycheck because you feel like you got a good credit score or whatever to get a car, but then you lose your job. But then you don't save money. This just highlights, like I said, this economy, these things are going on right now, the decreasing of jobs, the this and that. It's just showing that a lot of y'all got too much and you need to get off of it. And you need to live within your means. Let me know your thoughts about this in the comments below. Like, share, and subscribe to the channel. As always, got to keep this thing right, keep it going. Tap into the No Filter Morning Show Monday through Friday, 10 a.m. Pacific Standard Time. I appreciate you guys, and I'm out.